Hi, I'm Aishwarya Venkatesh. Many claim India to be a secular country. But is secularism really being followed? I think it is just being used as a tool for political and social gimmick. In this video, let's check out the serious issues in a society due to communal chauvinism, which indicates that it is high time since we crossed the threshold limit for change. Biggest issue is the most irrelevant and completely nonsense ideas, that is the religious superstition. One part of it is the division of Hindus into various castes based on their karma, that is the Varna system. The divisions are Brahmins, Kshatriyas, Vaishyas, Sudras and Untouchables. B.R. Ambedkar was one of the first persons to raise voice against social discrimination towards the untouchables. Despite the ban of untouchability in India, discrimination against Dalits remained so pervasive that government passed legislation known as the Prevention of Atrocities Act. This act aggravated the rage of upper caste since Dalits started to claim for their rights after this act. Currently, India is a home for 200 million Dalits. We hear news about the brutality against the Dalits every day. Let me check and read out some news for you that has flashed publicly regarding the brutality against Dalits in the past few years. 21-year-old Dalit beaten up to death for eating in front of the upper caste men. 23-year-old Dalit burnt alive for daring to love an upper caste girl. Dalit man kills self after physical and financial torture in police custody for a fake loot case. 42-year-old Dalit woman gang raped and burnt alive after she, her husband and 2 sons had been held in captivity and tortured for 8 days. Her crime? Her son eloped with an upper caste girl. 7 Dalits who came to collect the carcass of a cow assaulted by a group in the pretext of cow protection. A Dalit woman beaten, stripped and paraded naked on the streets of Bhojpur district in Bihar by 20 men. Another recent case which shook our nation is the gang rape of a 19-year-old Dalit girl in Hathras district, Uttar Pradesh on 14 September 2020. She died on 29 September 2020. As soon as she died, she was cremated by the UP police without the knowledge of her family. Why? She's a Dalit, no, so anything can be done to her. Nobody can question. These so-called law enforcers, the police people, are nothing less than the upper caste hypocrites. Could you imagine how difficult it is to lead a life of a Dalit? As per National Crime Records Bureau, every day 2 Dalits are murdered, 6 Dalit women are raped, 2 Dalit homes are torched. Every year, thousands of Dalit children die due to malnutrition, and thousands of pre-teen Dalit girls are forced into prostitution. Considering these tormenting situations, do you think our country is secular or at least democratic? Don't you think it's high time that we need a change? Imagine how pure our country would be if there was no such awkward circumstances. Secondly, the Citizenship Amendment Act 2019, which amends the Citizenship Act 1955 to make Hindus, Sikh, Buddhist, Jain, Parsi and Christian illegal migrants from Afghanistan, Bangladesh and Pakistan to be eligible for citizenship in India if they had reached India on or before 31st December 2014. In simple words, this act intends to make it easier for the non-Muslim immigrants from India's 3 Muslim majority neighboring countries to have citizenship in India. This act also amends the requirement for citizenship by naturalization for those people who I mentioned earlier. The requirement previously was that the applicant must have resided in India for the last 12 months and also for 11 years out of the 14 years previous to the last 12 months. This act amends the second requirement from 11 years to 5 years. The reason that was given by the Modi government for introduction of this act was that this act grants citizenship to those minorities who have faced religious hostility in Muslim majority neighboring countries. But then this act clearly discriminates a particular religion, Muslims. So this clearly indicates that there is no secularism in India. This act cornered the minority religious group of our country, which led to their protests and condemnation. In February 2020, Northeast Delhi riots left more than 40 dead and hundreds injured. On 5th Jan 2020, at around 7 pm, 70 masked people armed with rods, sticks, and acid attacked the students of Jawaharlal Nehru University, Delhi, for protesting against the Citizenship Amendment Act. Those who spoke against Prime Minister Narendra Modi's Hindu nationalist policies were attacked. I'm having a doubt whether we are under democracy or monarchy. Just imagine how peaceful our country would be if there were no such belligerents. Two circumstances where Hindu sadhus were killed created huge discussions on religious oppression. On 16th April 2020, a vigilant group lynched two Hindu sadhus and their driver in Palghar district, Maharashtra. Almost 2 weeks later, on 27th April 2020, two Hindu sadhus were brutally murdered in Pagona village, Uttar Pradesh. Although they were killed for some insane reasons, these deaths were turned into a religious war, which means we have to mourn for the death of Hindu sadhus and not for the death of human beings. An acceptable truth. Humanity is always the last resort in our country. Just imagine how clean our country would be if humanity was the first preference. Finally, I want to end by emphasizing on love jihad. Love jihad is a conspiracy theory created by Hindutva stating that Muslim men target Hindu women for conversion into Islam by means of love, deception, marriage, seducing, etc. as a part of huge war by Muslims against India. This whole concept is something contradicting secularism. So where is secularism in India? If I should talk about communal chauvinism, there is no end to it. But I've just tried to tell you the main important things, and I'll continue with the remaining atrocities that happen in our country in my next video. Until then, bye. Take care, stay safe.